typical besides that is just resources, because there are lots of resources. Just finding the resources inside of our agency and outside of our agency, and making sure that the resources are still valid and that the client will actually use these resources and that they are nearby, because they don't have transportation. Well, some do not have transportation and they don't have income to get to these places. So trying to, connect the dots so that they can get the services that they need.
Correct. So very cool. Thank you for sharing that. Being an intern myself, and for any possible other students that may want to be an intern or someone who may want to volunteer here, what would you say would be the biggest piece of advice you would give them if they were thinking about becoming a part of the Evolution Center family?
The best advice would be to be creative and to stay open-minded. Things do get better, and don't take it personal. You're gonna have a client that you think doesn't like you, and then they'll leave and like, oh, I love you, thank you for everything you did. So, just recognizing that you're dealing with people who have had really traumatic experiences, and that you are helping. Even when you do not feel like you are helping, you sitting there, them being able to come talk to you about the sky, it does help, because we are trying to end chronic homelessness. And for you to be chronic homeless, just imagine being on the streets for a year or longer. And so who knows if you had any contact with anybody. And if you have had contact, that contact may just be more so you asking for something, but not just like a regular stimulating conversation. So stay positive, things get better, and just bring whatever ideas you have, propose it, because we are very open and we're really open to new ideas.
That is some very useful information, and with you guys being a new center, I'm sure you're consistently looking for new ways to kind of change things. So thank you. One other question I have for you, just to kind of clarify for some people who may be listening that may not know, could you explain what chronic homelessness is?
So chronic homelessness means that an individual has been living in a shelter, or they have been living on the streets for a year or longer, or that person has had an experience, 4 or more experiences equaling up to a year in the past 3 years, if that helps. Yeah.
Yes, that's perfect. Thank you. I know some people may not be as familiar with that.
No, it took me the longest to learn it, and even sometimes I still have to go look at the definition to make sure, because there's so many technicalities. Because even with you living on the streets, you also have to have a mental health disability to associate with that. So there's a lot of components. Because to us, of course, coming in, it's like, you're homeless, you don't have a home, you live in a shelter. But it's very technical. So.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Ms. Asia, for sharing with us.
Awesome.